How do you strike the perfect balance between being there for your team and letting them take ownership of their work? Before we dive into the contrast, if you're finding this content valuable, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and share this video with your network. Let's help more leaders create self-sufficient, empowered teams. Leadership is a journey that requires both immediate action and long-term strategy. As leaders, we have the power to influence our teams in many ways. Today, we'll explore an important leadership distinction: fostering dependency versus cultivating independence. Let's explore this concept in the context of a volunteer organization, like a food bank or shelter. These environments offer a unique backdrop, where servant leadership and equipping leadership both play vital roles, but they also illustrate the challenges that arise when we focus too heavily on one approach. In a volunteer setting, servant leadership can sometimes lead to dependency. As a leader, you're constantly stepping in to support the team, provide encouragement, and manage the operational tasks. You're there to make sure everything runs smoothly. But what happens when this constant involvement creates dependence on your constant presence? Imagine a food bank leader who is deeply involved in every part of the operation. She might ensure that volunteers are trained, that food is sorted, and that every delivery goes out on time. The team feels supported, trusts the leader, and everything appears to run smoothly. However, over time, the team starts to rely more and more on the leader to manage every detail. Volunteers become accustomed to the leader stepping in whenever things go wrong, and they begin to wait for instructions rather than take initiative themselves. In this situation, servant leadership can unintentionally foster dependency. While this leadership style builds trust and strong bonds, team members will wait to step up and make appropriate decisions. The team becomes reliant on the leader for guidance, which can ultimately hinder each person's ability to act autonomously. This isn't to say that servant leadership isn't valuable. It absolutely is. The servant leader creates an environment where the team feels supported, valued, and nurtured. But as this approach continues, the leader's role may become one of constant intervention, which can limit the team's growth and ability to function independently. Equipping leadership, on the other hand, focuses on cultivating independence and develops the skills, confidence, and decision-making abilities of the team. So, together, team members can complete assignments without waiting for the leader. How would equipping leadership make a difference in this food bank setting? Instead of the leader handling all the logistics and stepping in every time something unexpected happens, the leader focuses on training the volunteers to take ownership of the daily routine. The leader might set up systems for tracking donations, create a process for sorting food, and empower volunteers to make decisions about where to direct deliveries. For example, instead of the leader making all the decisions about which families to serve first or how to prioritize food distributions, the leader might train volunteers to assess needs and make those decisions themselves. The volunteers learn to recognize when a delivery is critical, when inventory is low, or when extra help is needed. And together, the team begins to manage those challenges independently. By teaching the team to handle these tasks, the leader shifts from being the one who constantly solves problems to being a coach who empowers others to make decisions. This approach builds confidence and autonomy, allowing volunteers to take ownership of the food bank's operations. In this context, equipping leadership ensures that the organization runs efficiently without relying on a single leader to oversee every detail. When team members feel confident in their roles, They don't need to wait for the leader's direction. They know what needs to be done and are prepared to act. Now, what might happen if only servant leadership is applied in this environment? As the leader becomes more involved in the day-to-day operations, the team might continue to rely on the leader for every decision. This dependency of the entire team could lead to burnout for the leader, as one person attempts to manage every detail, and frustration for the team, who may feel less capable or confident in their assigned roles. In contrast, equipping leadership creates a more sustainable approach. By training volunteers and empowering them to make decisions, the leader reduces the need for constant intervention. The team becomes more independent, and the leader's role transitions from day-to-day management to overall guidance and strategic oversight. When a crisis arises, such as an influx of donations or a sudden need for volunteers, the leader won't have to step in to make every decision. The team, empowered by the training already provided, will know how to assess the situation and take action. This preparation for the unknown creates a more resilient and adaptable organization, where everyone knows their assigned role and feels equipped to handle challenges. The difference is clear. Servant leadership can nurture and support in the moment, but equipping leadership focuses on building long-term independence and self-sufficiency. By cultivating autonomy, the leader allows the team to function more effectively without constant intervention. Equipping leadership is not about abandoning support, but about creating an environment where the team feels empowered and confident. Equipping includes the effort to implement systems that allow the team to thrive and know they can handle the challenges they face. So, whether you're leading a food bank, a shelter, or any other volunteer-driven organization, the ability to recognize the balance between fostering dependency and cultivating independence is key. Servant leadership creates a nurturing environment where team members feel supported, but equipping leadership ensures they have the skills and confidence to act independently, reducing the leader's need to intervene at every turn. If you've enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and share it with others who might find these ideas helpful. How do you balance servant leadership with equipping leadership in your own work? Let us know in the comments below. In our next video, we'll explore short-term care versus long-term growth, another critical aspect of balancing leadership styles. Stay tuned as we continue to dive into how to lead with both care and empowerment.